Welcome to part 2 of A Healthy Weight for a Healthy Life. Last month, we talked about eating and cooking healthy, and today we're going to tie it all together with a discussion of what a healthy weight is and how to safely and healthfully reach that weight. Remember, positive change doesn't happen overnight. Change is most likely to occur if it's something you want to do and if you are thinking positively about it. Remember the children's story about the little engine that could. As it tried to climb up the hill, it said, "I think I can, I think I can." And on the way down the hill, it said, "I thought I could, I thought I could." The mind is a powerful tool. Just remember that changes in health behaviors are a process, not an event. All efforts you make in the right direction are worthwhile. We've mentioned that many people make goals, especially around losing weight. It's likely that at some point in your life, you have wanted to modify your weight for something about your physical health. I hope you've experienced some success, but I also hope that you will learn something new today about what it means to be at a healthy weight and how to choose a weight loss strategy to get there. Why is it important to maintain a healthy weight? Does it matter, or is optimal physical appearance just dictated by our culture? While emerging evidence is showing us there's a lot more to physical health than just a number on a scale or waist size, there is solid evidence that people who are overweight or obese are more likely to develop heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, gallstones, breathing problems, and some types of cancer. Some people have higher self-esteem when they're at a healthy weight. In addition, when we aren't carrying around extra weight, we also tend to have more energy. Even so, it can be overwhelming to try and lose weight. How much weight do you need to lose? What foods are healthy? How do I exercise? How often? How do I start healthy habits and quit unhealthy habits? I'm sure we've all had questions like these, but as we've learned through our goal setting process, it's much easier to accomplish our weight loss goals when we take it one step at a time. Did you know that with just a 5 to 10% weight loss, you can make a big difference in your health? For a person who weighs 200 pounds, a 5 to 10% weight loss would equate to losing between 10 and 20 pounds. When you think about starting with just 10 pounds of weight loss, it seems more manageable. It's important to note that this is a recommended weight loss over a year. Most magic weight loss solutions make this claim for just 2 weeks. But research shows us that slow weight loss is more easily maintained. In fact, when weight loss occurs quickly, it's often put back on more quickly, and sometimes even more than what was lost is gained back. Slow, sustained weight loss is key through lifestyle modification. With just a 5 to 10% weight loss, you could experience a 5-point increase in your HDL or good cholesterol. This helps to lower your risk for heart disease. The goal should be 40 milligrams per deciliter for men and 50 milligrams per deciliter for women. You could also experience a decrease in triglycerides by an average of 40 milligrams per deciliter. Triglycerides are fat particles floating in the blood. People with high triglycerides are at an increased risk for heart attack and stroke. Normal is below 150. A level above 200 is high. You could also experience a decrease in both your systolic and your diastolic blood pressure, as well as a decrease in your hemoglobin A1C by an average of a 0.5 point. That doesn't sound like much, but it is the same effect as some anti-diabetic pills on blood sugar. The same effect that anti-diabetic pills would have on blood sugar. Hemoglobin A1C is a measurement of blood sugar over time. Normal is below 6.5. You could also experience a reduced chance of insulin resistance. With insulin resistance, there is a higher than normal amount of insulin in the blood. This can cause an increase in fat tissue, impact cholesterol, and change certain hormone levels in women. You could experience improved sleep apnea, For some people, weight loss has meant that they no longer need a CPAP breathing machine. And lastly, you could experience a significant drop in the inflammatory substances circulating in the blood. Inflammation in blood vessels can result in plaques and clots, and turn into strokes and heart attacks. Has anyone ever lost 5 to 10% of your body fat? How did it feel when you did? I know I had more energy and I felt more confident. Most of us just want to look better, be able to move better, or have more energy. But it's good to know that we are also making a positive impact on our health. I would guess there are quite a few of us who have lost some unwanted pounds only to eventually gain them back. The National Weight Control Registry tracks people who have lost weight and maintained the loss for at least a year. There are several habits that the maintainers have in common. What would you guess is on that list? Here are some tips based on the registry that may help you keep off those extra pounds. Eat breakfast. It is well established that people who eat breakfast eat fewer calories later in the day. Eat smaller meals. People on the registry tend to eat 4 to 5 smaller meals a day rather than just 3. While the people on the registry have lost weight in a variety of ways, they most often followed a low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet. Be physically active. The 2018 Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity each week. Some people may need 300 minutes per week. People on the registry get about an hour of moderate intensity exercise every day. For the majority of them, the exercise is simply walking. In fact, the longest lived communities in the world value walking every day. Rather than dieting, eat a consistent eating pattern from day to day. People on the registry stick to an eating routine and don't eat a large variety of foods. Still, it is important to get enough variety to meet nutritional needs by eating from all 5 food groups every day. Weigh in often. Some weigh in as often as once a day. This allows them to manage any weight gain quickly. Limit television viewing. If you're not watching TV, you're more likely to be active. I will add just a personal note that I have gotten off social media, and this has led me to be more active. Rather than spending screen time on my phone, I look for things that need to be done around the house. Manage weight gain episodes. People who keep weight off don't let a pound or 2 of weight gain get them down. They become vigilant about their food intake and exercise to lose the small amount of weight gained. The people who gain weight usually do so because of a reduction in exercise, increased television viewing, or by adding more fat to their diet. Your handout has some tips on how to achieve a healthy weight a little at a time by just making some simple changes. Before you consider one of the stricter weight loss strategies we're about to discuss, you might want to see if the 250 calorie a day plan works for you. The app Start Simple with MyPlate is also a great resource to start your healthy weight loss journey. Sifting through all of the diet claims on social media, TV, radio, and even from your friends and family can be exhausting. How do you know if a product is really going to help or if it's even safe? We're going to watch some videos to help us better understand ads about weight loss.
Hey, Jane, you look great.
Thanks, I'm trying to work out and eat healthier. You know how that is.
Oh, I know. I'm thinking of trying this pill I found online.
A diet pill? Are you sure about that?
Why not? Everyone says it's amazing. Doctors, real people, even news reports.
Let me see that. Carol, it's all fake.
Fake? How so?
Look, I tried that pill and it did nothing. I found out later that those doctors are paid actors, and the news report is really a paid ad.
Well, what's the harm in just trying it out? It's a free trial, and it might work for me.
I signed up for their free trial, but it wasn't free. Every month they sent more pills and charged my credit card. I couldn't get them to stop.
That's terrible.
It was a mess, and the product didn't even work.
There are so many products that claim to help you lose weight. Do you think any of them work?
Well, a miracle pill or a cream is not going to do it.
So I guess I need to eat better and exercise more.
That's right. The best way to lose weight is to eat fewer calories and be more active. But it's not that bad. Come running with me next week.
Okay, that could be fun.
I'll text you later. Learn more at ftc.gov/weight loss.
Now you know the best method for weight loss is calorie reduction and exercise. But let's watch one more video to demonstrate how unsafe some of these weight loss products really are.
Every day, we're bombarded with weight loss promises. One pill can turn your body from this to this. Drop 5 pounds a week with liquid drops. Spray away your flabby ab muscles. When it comes to products touted as weight loss miracles, don't believe the hype. From dietary supplements to the latest diet schemes, weight loss fraud is in the air, on the airwaves, and online. FDA has found more than 100 weight loss dietary supplements that contain hidden drug ingredients. Some weight loss products labeled as supplements are concoctions filled with blood pressure medication, seizure medication, or drugs not approved in the U.S. Let's set the record straight. Dietary supplements for weight loss are not evaluated by FDA. Many make exaggerated claims, and some are even dangerous. For example, the ingredient sibutramine, which was pulled from the prescription drug market for increased risk of heart attack and stroke, has been found in weight loss products. Yet another chemical compound tucked away in some over-the-counter weight loss cures is a suspected cancer-causing agent. Weight loss products can even interact with other medications a consumer may take. Risking cancer, heart attack, stroke, and dangerous side effects is not exactly the best way to drop a few pounds. Another popular fraud making the rounds is the HCG diet plan. This plan combines drops or injections of HCG, a pregnancy hormone, with a 500 calorie a day diet. Yep, just 500 calories a day. But peep this fact. HCG has never been proven to be effective for weight loss. Not only does it not work, promoting HCG in any over-the-counter weight loss product is illegal. No fraud when you hear it and see it. Customer testimonial? More likely to have been written by the owner's nephew. Is the product claimed as a new discovery or scientific breakthrough? How many true healthcare breakthroughs are announced only after midnight on cable TV or only on the web? Before popping an unknown pill or using an unproven or little-known treatment, talk to a healthcare professional. Don't take the word of an actor in a lab coat. Avoid the scams. Losing weight is not easy, but it can happen with a healthy diet, proper exercise, and by listening to your doctor. Yep, the old-fashioned ways.
Yeah, so a diet of only 500 calories a day, that's what's going to cause your weight loss. And that is a very, very low calorie intake that is not recommended as safe. So calorie reduction and exercise are the golden ticket, but that's still a little vague. Where do you start with calorie reduction? Are there helpful plans out there? We're going to review some popular trends in weight loss and look at a few details to consider before choosing a personal weight loss strategy. How many of you have started a weight loss plan or regimen and found out it didn't go as planned? People try different types of diets throughout the year, but more people start the latest diet craze when New Year's resolutions are set in January. Today, we're going to discuss 3 diets that have been popular in recent years, There are so many diet plans to choose from. We will also talk about how to decide if a diet plan is one that you should choose for the long term. Speaking of the long term, let's pause for a second and talk about the difference between a diet and an eating pattern. We've covered eating patterns with you before. These are the ones recommended by the Dietary Guidelines for Americans and include the healthy US style eating pattern, the vegetarian eating pattern, and the Mediterranean style eating pattern. These are lifestyles of eating that help people reach and maintain both a healthy weight and a healthy life. Eating patterns are not a quick fix like many diet plans. What are popular diets you have been on or have heard of in the past year? The following 3 diets and versions of them were introduced a few years ago and continue to be used by many people today. First, we have the paleo diet. The idea of this diet is to eat like the hunters and gatherers of the Paleolithic era. You can eat fresh fruits and vegetables, seafood, lean meat, and healthy fats on the paleo diet. You cannot eat sugar, grains, saturated and trans fats, salt, processed foods, dairy, legumes, or potatoes. Exercise is recommended as part of this diet. Next, we have the Whole30 diet. Whole30 has been used as an elimination diet to determine if food is causing skin conditions, allergies, or digestive issues. On Whole30, you can eat fruits, vegetables, grass-fed meat, seafood, nuts, seeds, and salt. You cannot eat dairy products, grains, corn, beans, lentils, or sugar. You also must eat food in its original form. For example, you can't mash bananas and mix them with eggs to make a pancake. The idea is that the pancake is a food that got us where we are now, so we don't want anything like that. Lastly, we have the gluten-free diet. This diet was developed for people who have celiac disease and an intolerance for foods that contain gluten. It has become popular for weight loss. On the gluten-free diet, you can eat fruits, vegetables, beans, lentils, dairy, healthy fats, rice, and corn. You cannot eat wheat, barley, or rye. You should note that some gluten-free products contain more sugar than similar foods with gluten. This diet may not seem very restrictive, but gluten is in many things you may not expect, such as soy sauce, salad dressing, mayonnaise, ketchup, cold cuts, soups, processed cheese, gravy, ice cream, and veggie burgers. I used to discourage people from doing any of these diets because of their restrictiveness. They can be very difficult to maintain. However, if you can find success with any of these, then I'm happy for you. Here are some questions to ask yourself when considering starting a new diet. Can you eat this way for the rest of your life? Does the diet eliminate any food groups? Food groups are based on the nutrients they provide. When you cut out a food group, you're cutting out a category of nutrients. For example, calcium and vitamin D are major nutrients provided by the dairy group. When dairy is eliminated, it becomes more difficult to meet the daily calcium and vitamin D requirements. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. Are there foods on the diet easy to find? Can you afford the foods on the diet? Do most diets give lasting results? If the diets don't work, what's your plan B? Most diets aren't made to last for the long haul. Reaching a healthy weight usually involves recognizing habits that we need to break rather than eliminating foods or food groups from our diets. Setting goals and working on them until you have adopted a new healthy alternative to your previous practices helps create habits that can last for your lifetime. Here are some things to consider as you set your goals. Are you a distracted eater? Do you eat while you're watching television, working on the computer, driving down the road, in social settings, or when you're cleaning up the kitchen after a meal? We tend to take in excess calories when we aren't being mindful of our food intake. Do you eat because you are stressed? This is a common coping mechanism for many people, and it's not surprising. Food tastes good and can make us feel better, temporarily. However, eating because of stress doesn't solve the problem, and it can lead to an unhealthy relationship with food. These questions to ask yourself are more related to your behavior surrounding food intake rather than with the type of food you are consuming. A diet plan wouldn't address your behavior or relationship with food. These are behavior or lifestyle changes that you might need to recognize in yourself and set a goal to change these habits first before starting a diet plan. Before we wrap up, I have a challenge for you if you're thinking about changing the way you eat. Keep a food diary of all the things you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat it. Do it for a couple of weekend days and a couple of weekdays. As you look back over it, you should be able to see that you may eat too much of a certain nutrient and not enough of another, or that there are times during the day when you tend to eat more and times when you eat less. This knowledge of your baseline food intake can help with goal setting around weight loss. There are several apps to help you track your food intake. I've used MyFitnessPal before, and I was pleased with the quality of the app. The golden ticket to healthy weight for a healthy, the golden ticket to a healthy weight for a healthy life is healthy eating and exercise. Next month, we'll take a deep dive into exercise. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, and we will see you next month.